We all know what Metalworker is, right?
I'm gonna reveal a Mana Crypt, a Liberator,
Oh.
Urza's Battlethopter, a Thran Dynamo, an Urza's Incubator, and a Darksteel Forge from my hand.
Oh,
I'm gonna
lordy.
get 10 mana.
Holy It's turn-
When I drew that Metalworker,
turn
I'm like,
4.
oh my god.
Dorks.
Hey everybody, welcome to the CommanDorks. I'm Tarren.
And I'm Beef, and in today's gameplay video, the overarching theme is value.
That's right. Today you're actually going to see two kinds of wheel decks, one with wheel spells and the other with training wheels. Simic.
And speaking of the devil, I'll be running my Simic Partners deck, Revenge of the Wet Bandits, with partners Thrasios and Kodama starring as Harry and Marv from Home Alone.
And I'll be running one wheel to rule them all, with Sauron the Dark Lord lurking menacingly in the command zone. We recently had two separate videos discussing these decks. Check those out if you'd like a deeper dive on how we built those.
And we are joined here today by two returning guests of the CommanDorks, Wizard and Elio. I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of shade thrown between these two behind the scenes, so hopefully we can reel it in briefly as they introduce themselves and their decks. Wizard, why don't you give us your rundown?
Thank you, Beef. I'm more than happy to do so. So today I will be running Zhulodok, Void Gorger. Zhulodok is a 5 and 1 colorless mana Eldrazi spell. He is a 7/4. He has the ability, colorless spells you cast from your hand with mana value 7 or greater have Cascade. So this deck is all about the value from casting big, dumb spells. It has ways to rebuild your board after it's been destroyed, because unfortunately there's not a lot of protection in, obviously, no colors. But it's a lot of fun, and hopefully I will outvalue my opponents.
Well, I'll tell you what, I know Beef isn't running Negan today, but I still got my pants on after hearing about that. So, alright, Elio, go ahead and tell us about the deck that you're running.
Yeah, so I'm playing Gandalf, Friend of the Shire, just mono blue, small cantrips into my win con. So the value comes in where I can cast my commander, cast small cantrips that are typically sorcery speed at flash speed. So this deck does exactly everything I enjoy doing about Magic, which is playing spells on my opponent's turns and eventually comboing off or forcing them into submission with things like expropriate and all that fun stuff.
I think that about covers it. Be sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button, because you know we'll be back for future dorky fun.
I look forward to utterly, shamelessly annihilating you and your deck, Elio.
Well, let's save your spells resolve first and foremost.
Bring it on.
I see.
All right, let's do it. I will go and draw for turn, and boy, I wish I could pay that miracle cost. I'm gonna play a Polluted Delta, and pay 1. Shh. And go get my Triomen Task. You can probably guess it with the card I drew, but anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I think I have an idea. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that ominous thought in mind, I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna play this waste. Such a waste of a turn that I don't have a turn 1 play. I'll pass.
Don't worry,
I missed
I
something.
got
I
you.
should have had a pre-game action. I missed that I had a pre-game action one.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I know I didn't have to, but boy, I really wanted to. Oh boy, did I want to.
Not only in training wheeled colors, but he also has to steal my thunder by playing at flash speed.
Yes.
Really?
Somebody's got to be flashier than Elio.
I'll play an island, and because I'm gonna be that guy, I'll play a Mystic Remora.
Alright.
Smells like fish.
It's a little fishy.
No, it's freedom.
It's a freedom of choice. Okay, babe. It's your turn.
Alrighty. I'm gonna draw for turn. Gonna play a forest, and I'm gonna pass.
All right, untap, draw for turn, and okay, things are looking a little up. I'll play a Dragon Skull Summit Pay 2 for a Talisman of Dominance.
May I draw a card?
Oh no, draw. Sorry.
Thank
I
you.
forgot about the fish.
Well, I will untap, upkeep, draw. I will play an Urza's Tower and
Don't be shy, wizard. Cast
cry
all your
because
spells.
I cannot cast another spell. So pass.
I will keep the fish around for another turn and draw. I will play an Urza's Saga. And I think I'll just pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Gonna play an island. Gonna pay 2 for a crashing drawbridge. And I'm gonna pass.
That's knowing what that deck can do. That's a little scary. See? Okay, untap.
Right.
Draw
Just a
for
little
turn.
bit.
Just a mere wall with Defender.
I mean,
Nobody
I
look at
have
the man behind the
said
curtain.
near wall.
Shipwreck Marsh. And gonna pay 4 for a Fell Spectre. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a card. Elio, I'm choosing you. Whenever an opponent
He
discards
let
a
you
card,
draw,
that,
Christ.
that player loses 2 life. So
Okay. I will discard a dress down and lose 2 life.
awesome. That's all I got. Over to Wizard.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Hey, I'm gonna play this Crystal Vein, then I'm gonna tap for 3 and play a Metalworker. And then I will pass to you, Elio.
Y'all are stressing me out here.
Pay for it.
Fine. I will draw. I will let it go. And I will draw for turn. I will play an island. I will cast a Preordain. Oh, this should tick up to 2. So I'm gonna scry 2 and draw a card. 1, 2. Actually, you know what? I think I want to put both to the bottom and then draw. I will tap another blue and I'm gonna cast Index. So I'm gonna look at the top 5 cards of my library and I'm gonna put them back in any order. Like that. Go ahead, Beef.
Untap, upkeep, draw, forest. I'm just gonna have to pass.
Okay. Untap. Draw for turn. We're gonna shock on a Blood Crypt, taking 2. Go to combat. Beef, I'll just get you for 1 in the air with my Fell Spectre.
Take 1.
And then I shall pass to Wizard.
We all know what Metalworker is, right?
Untap, upkeep, and draw. I'm gonna tap my Metalworker here. And yes, Beef, I know exactly what it is, because I
wasn't asking you, Wizard. I was asking if the rest of the table knew what bullshit you were getting up to.
I'm getting up to a lot of bullshit. I'm gonna reveal a Mana Crypt, a Liberator,
Oh.
Urza's Battlethopter, a Thran Dynamo, an Urza's Incubator, and a Dark Steel Forge from my hand.
Oh,
I'm gonna
lordy.
get 10 mana.
Holy It's turn.
When I drew that Metalworker,
turn
I'm like,
4.
oh my god, that is amazing.
Jesus Christ.
I will cast the Mana Crypt. I didn't want to do that while Elio had his stupid fish.
I knew you were lying about not having anything to play.
I did have that. Then I will use 3 of the 10 mana for an Urza's Incubator naming Eldrazi.
Surprise, surprise.
I will use 4 of the remaining 7 to then cast Zhulodok. Then I will 6, 7, 8, 9 by sacking that instead. I'm going to cast the Dark Steel Forge. On cast, Zhulodok will cascade for me twice for 8 or less. We will get a Fellow Stone and a Basalt Monolith.
That's not too bad.
Oh god, that's a combo piece right there.
It is, but gotta have the other parts. I will pass.
Keep draw. This will move up to 3, and then I will just float a great mana, sacrifice it to look for a Soul Ring.
True
Play
that.
an island. I'll do 1, 2,
And I'm like,
3.
yes.
4, and I'll flash out Gandalf.
Blabber, you fools!
I like to say flash because it's flashy, even though it's literally sorcery speed at this point. I'll pass the turn there.
Yeah, on your end step, I'm going to flash out Birds of Paradise. And also going to flash out Thrasios.
Marv, crowbars up.
And yeah, go to draw step. Play an island as land for turn. Just going to
Pass. In your end step, I do want to pay 2 and cast my own flash spell for Orcish Bowmasters.
Oh, that's gross.
Give me 1 second. Are you
the
gonna do
okay-ish
that?
Bowmasters.
Lordy.
Yeah.
It's going to resolve, however, I'm going to respond to its ETB.
Sure. I'm planning to target Wizard with the ETB.
Yeah, the issue with that is we all know you have a wheel in hand.
Yep. You
And
sure do.
you can't kill Zhulodok because it's indestructible.
I will say, if this changes
Actually,
your mind,
Zhulodok is not.
I'm gonna send all of the Orcish Bowmaster triggers to Wizard.
He might
I
become
could send some of it to
ineffective at some point.
Zhulodok. So if that would solidify a deal, I will attempt to kill Zhulodok.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So ETB, I'm just gonna send that 1 ping to the face to you, Wizard,
Okay.
and then amass Orcs 1, Orc Army, and it's a 1/1 at the moment. So, all right, and then going to my turn. So untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Okay, I will play Fabled Passage. And yeah, we're gonna pay 5, and we're gonna try and cast Reforge the Soul.
I'm gonna respond to the Reforge.
Yep.
I'm gonna tap an island, and I'm gonna cast Brainstorm. So I'm gonna draw 3, put 2 back in any order.
Okay.
So
See ya.
1, 2, 3. Trigger Orcish Bowmaster.
Yep.
Oh no.
So
Put these 2 back.
I'm gonna send those 3
I-
triggers to Zhulodok.
So I want to clarify. Oh yeah, because he's drawing, right? Before this resolves, I need some clarification as to what we think. What do you think that the benefit of the Reforge the Soul resolve is going to be?
Not as good as what I would like.
No, well, I beg to differ
I mean,
because
it's-
now Wizard goes into his turn with a full hand and a middle worker.
That's my concern too. It's like I'm not sure that that's actually
True.
a good thing for us to
Yeah.
see him replenished. So I'm leaning towards perhaps it's appropriate for me to give you an offer that you can't.
Hey,
refuse.
you know what? I'll take that offer. I'll take you up on that. So, Reforge the Soul gets countered, but I'm gonna get 2 treasures. So I did say I was gonna target Zhulodok with those 3 triggers from Orcish
Yes.
Bowmasters. So Zhulodok currently has 3
3
damage on him. So,
Can you do 1 more damage?
oh boy, we're
We
gonna
should
see.
run one.
So that is 2 treasures. Boy, I mean, if one of you could draw a card right now, I could take
I
it.
mean,
Oh, you know what?
I
I
possibly
think actually, I think I can do that. Actually,
Yeah.
The thing is, literally just stabbed him in the back and countered
let's
his.
do a Thrasios.
Okay.
Let's do a Thrasios. I scry 1, and then I'm gonna put that back on top, revealing. Oh wait a minute. If it's not a land, I would draw a card. Well, sorry, I got a land. I tried.
That's really funny, actually.
Forgot that the
You're like, hey,
it's been
I
a while
got
since
this,
I played
guys.
these colors.
Oh, That's
maybe
really funny.
maybe Elio's got something.
I mean, I can. I could.
If I hadn't hit a land, I would have had something. But
You could also do nothing, Tarren, and let me kill Beef for his insolence of countering your spell.
Oh.
I don't.
Oh
I don't
man,
think
you've got
that's-
so much freaking
that's
value. You're
appropriate.
gonna have no problem recasting it. So
Let's kill the.
You've got more
Zhulodok.
than enough stuff.
I will.
I'd love to see that.
I will pass consider. So I'm gonna look at the top card. I can put it into my graveyard. But since I already know what it is, I'm just going to draw it.
All right, and yep, I will send the last this trigger over to Zhulodok to finish him off.
All
Going
right,
up to a
Zhulodok will die.
Oh, no.
5 orc army.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. All right, go to combat. I'm gonna send the 5/5 orc army at Wizard.
I will take 5.
All right, and then I am just gonna crack my Fabled Passage and go get a basic island, and it is over to Wizard.
Alright, we're gonna untap, upkeep, and draw. We're just drawing all the rocks today. Hooray! Gonna tap the Metalworker, reveal the Mana Vault, reveal the Thran Dynamo, and reveal the Liberator. That will give me 6 mana.
That's what you probably should have killed.
Unfortunately, he couldn't kill the Metalworker because
Yeah,
it
it's
is, in fact,
indestructible.
an artifact.
Oh,
yeah.
because it's an artifact. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I will use. Oh, I forgot one trigger. Odds is damage. I have Mana Crypt, and it is an evens. We are safe. But I use one of my 6. I get the Mana Vault out. I will use 4 of the 6 and get the Thran Dynamo out. And then I will use the remaining 1 and add 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Recast Zhulodok. And then 3 for the Liberator. And now I can flash things out too. Screw you guys.
So much for being original.
Pass.
I will draw for turn. For 3, I think all I'm going to do is cast a Propaganda. And then I will pass the turn there, because y'all are looking a little scary.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I want to get an extra land drop in, so I'm going to pay 6. I'm going to cast Kodama.
Suck brick, kid!
I will
Gotcha.
play as land for turn a Yavimaya, Cradle of Growths. Everybody's got forests now. I'm sure that's very useful to all of you green decks out there. And as a trigger, I will also put my Reliquary Tower on the battlefield, which is super helpful for making sure I don't discard 2 cards in my hand.
Yeah.
And then I'll just pass there.
Okay, I will go to turn. Yep, untap. And
Got another wheel there?
draw. Not well. Holy shnikes! I do have just enough mana. So we're gonna pay 3. We're gonna play a Yawgmoth's Will. Until end of turn, I may play cards from my graveyard. If a card would be put into my graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile that card instead.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. And then, after that's resolved, I'm going to crack the 2 treasures, pay a total of 5 to cast Reforge the Soul from my graveyard.
I'm going to respond to the Reforge.
Yep. Hey, I'm okay with you guys burning all your counter spells right now. That's fine.
I'm not burning a counter spell. I'm a Ponda 5 Orcish Bowmaster.
Well, that's fine.
Victory.
I kind of needed a refuel anyway, so I get a monkey.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your Bowmaster is exiled because of your Yawgmoth's Will.
You are very correct. Yep.
Aha,
Okay.
we won't be seeing that buddy again.
Reforge the full soul. Resolves. So yeah, I'm discarding 3. Remember, each card you guys discard, you're going to lose 2. And then all of us will draw a hand of 7.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
well, I
6.
discard a Flayer of Loyalties and an Emrakul the Promised End, and I'm a little sad about that.
I discarded my
I'm so glad I got-
Expropriate.
And
I lose
Invasion
4
and
life.
Late Lane. I lost 4. Draw 7.
This is a little sad, but pitched to my graveyard was Glinthorn Buccaneer, Cyclonic Rift, and Underworld Breach. So, or to exile rather. I'm gonna have not played land for turn yet, so I'm gonna shock on a Steam Vents, taking 2 for that, and gonna pay 1 for a Library of Lang.
I'm gonna respond to the Library of Lang.
Yep.
I'm going to tap my Mana Vault and Fellow Stone for 4 mana. I'm going to cast an Aetherflux Reservoir.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh!
that
Why are you
wait,
the
wait,
way
wait.
that you are?
Is this
That will give me a Liberator
game?
counter.
This
Is
might be
it
game.
game? Not yet, but
It might be very
close.
soon though.
That is my first spell. I'm going to then continue responding, being a total menace.
Yep.
I'm going to cast a Mox Opal. That is going to gain me 2 life. I will then tap for 1 and play a Manifold Key. Gain 3 life. I will
Never mind.
tap for 1 and tap the Manifold Key to untap the Mana Vault. And then I will tap 3 and 4 and cast a Joyless Familiar, gaining 4. And now historic spells I cast cost 1 less to cast.
Well, Library of Lang resolves, and
I do get 1 more trigger on the Liberator's Battle Thopter.
Oh,
God,
rude.
I can't do anything. Take away all the fun. The blue
You can
decks
pass
take
the turn.
all the fun. I think I'm gonna just pass to Wizard and cry a big pool of tears.
Untap, upkeeping, and drawing. Unfortunately, the Mana Vault currently will not untap. I will do my Crypt Trigger. Odds is damage. Again, it's an odds. Bonder's Enclave as land for turn. I'm going to tap my Metalworker and reveal the Immortal Sun, a Plague Mirror, and a Krark Clan Ironworks. I will get 6 mana, 5 of that 6, to cast the Immortal Sun, which says players can't activate Planeswalker loyalty abilities, and at the beginning of my draw step, I'll draw an additional card. Spells I cast cost 1 less to cast, and creatures I control get +1/+1. That will get a trigger for the Liberator, making it a 4/5, then a 5/6 because of the additional +1/+1. I also gain 1 life for the cast. I will free cast a Plague Mirror, gain 2 life. Tap for 3 to tap the Bonder's Enclave and draw a card. I will free cast a Metalwork Colossus. On cast, I will Cascade twice for 11 or less. So we'll get a Jeweled Lotus. And the second one will be a Skittering Invasion. It is not cast from my hand, so I do not get to Cascade again. Pay 1 to tap the Manifold Key to untap the Mana Vault. I do gain 4 life for the Skittering Invasion. So I will pay 2, and actually don't need to tap that, and cast the Krark Clan Ironworks, gain 5 life.
Now, if you just
Elio.
kindly sacrifice everything you own.
Wizard.
Just remember, I can kill you at any point.
Oh my gosh. Look at the board state. Look at the board state, Wizard. Am I your problem?
Are you my problem?
I don't know.
You like to be
You know
my
what?
problem.
That's the thing, though. I'm not too worried about it because the moment you go down to 3 life, Beef and Tarren will capitalize off that.
Oh, I know that completely. So I'm just letting you know. Just remember.
Untap and draw. I'm gonna play an island. I will tap 4 and cast the One Ring.
Hey,
Now's your moment, Wizard.
in
Now's your
response,
moment. Do it.
Elio, I
Do
can
it.
kill you.
I know you
But
can, but are you?
I'm
Wizard?
not going to.
Aw,
Um,
mistake.
okay.
You're
I
letting
will
the combo
tap
deck
it.
get protection from everything.
To draw a card.
It's only for 1 turn.
That's all he needs. Maybe, I don't know.
One
No,
turn
he
is-
needs at least 1 more turn.
I'll
I
cast
don't have enough mana yet.
Arcane Signet. Does that change your mind? No, I'm just joking.
I mean,
I'll
you
pass
can't
there.
die now.
On Elio's end step, I'm going to pay a green to flash out Wild Growth, which is going to enchant my Reliquary Tower, so now it taps for an additional green. The trigger from Kodama means I'm going to put my Delighted Halfling on the board.
Hell yeah.
I'll then pay 2 for Nature's Lore, also at flash speed, to go get a forest.
See, Wizard.
Oh boy.
Just going to grab a tropical island. Kodama's going to see me put that island on the board, so I'm going to put another land on the battlefield. Since
Good.
island. So, on tap, going to pay 4, and I'm going to activate Thrasios. Scry 1, put that on the bottom. Reveal Deadeye Navigator to my hands. Nice. Okay, I drew the
No,
Deadeye
no, it's
Navigator.
not.
No, that's not nice. You don't like that? I like
I
that.
don't.
That's pretty good.
I don't like that
Yeah.
at all.
I think the play here is I'm just going to play a forest. Kodama trigger, put a Misty Rainforest on the battlefield. And I am just going to pass.
Alrighty. Untap, upkeep, draw. First things first, let's pay 2 for a Dockside Extortionist.
Well, you get so many
Well,
from me.
responses to that?
I don't have one.
I have no
Response.
response.
Whoa, boy. Holy shit. I thought for sure that was going to get stopped. Okay.
18 from me.
18 from Wizard alone, 3 from Beef, and how many from you, Elio?
4.
5.
25 treasures out of that. Hey, the theme is value, guys. The theme is value, okay?
Hey, it is
no-
value.
No better value card than a red value card than Dockside. So, all right, we did that. That's a thing. That is a thing we did.
Oh, it's a thing.
I am also going to crack 4 of these for my own The One Ring.
Oh, Wizard, I think this is the moment.
I think you might be right, Elio.
Yeah, I think so.
I am going to respond paying 50 life, and I am going to murder you, Tarren.
With my One Ring on the stack.
Yes!
That
There may
is-
only be one.
That's-
And unfortunately, Elio beat you to it.
That is sad, but also hilarious. Okay,
Wow.
GG. Christ on a cracker.
This has been a weird game.
What the shit?
I will
Probably.
upkeep the mana crypt. Odds will hurt me still.
Wizard,
It
you
is
needed me for card draw.
Odds,
You
and
realize
I
this.
am dead.
You died to your mana
Odds,
crypt on
and
upkeep?
I
Oh my God.
died to my mana crypt. I
Are you
love it.
serious?
No way.
I got to
poetic
kill
justice
somebody
right
though,
there.
so I'm happy.
I will untap, lose a life from the ring, and draw for turn.
I don't know what this game is anymore, man.
Draw 2 from the ring, play an island as my land for turn. I'll tap 3, and then I'll cast a Ghostly Flicker.
What are you
Responses,
flickering?
please? The One Ring and my Soul Ring.
It's
I got
lucky.
nothing, so
Put that on the stack. Narumea. It copies Ghostly Flicker.
you're saying I die here?
Yeah, so what's going to happen is I'm going to continue to copy Ghostly Flicker, targeting Narumea and the One Ring. And every time I target, I'm going to respond to the target by tapping the One Ring to draw a card. So I'm essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my library, or draw just enough of it. And then the next target is going to be my lands. So I will have infinite
So-
blue mana.
So to
Okay.
clarify, the way this works is that because the initial Ghostly Flicker is never leaving the stack, you
Right.
just keep copying it while
'Cause-
it's on the
'cause
stack.
The
So in
lady,
other words,
yeah.
so if I were to pay just a blue in Swan Song, your Ghostly Flicker,
Okay.
you'll get a 2/2 bird.
I mean, you have
I
to
can't
use your
be. I'm not
abilities.
omniscient. I can't be expected to know every combo, Elio.
A
I'm just
wizard
flat
combos
asking you.
precisely when he means to.
I put out we put
Thank
out our
you,
video a
Tarren.
week ago, so you know
Go
what my
ahead.
combos are, Elio.
Go ahead. I don't
All
trust
right.
you anymore.
I'm gonna pay 4 on your end step. I'm gonna scry, just draw that, or wait a minute, reveal. Excuse me, that was a confiscate. And then I'm gonna do it again. Scry, and we're just gonna reveal Sensei's Divining Top. And untap and draw. I'm gonna cast confiscate, and I'm gonna take the One Ring.
Yeah.
And then Kodama Trigger is going to put a Mole Drifter onto the battlefield. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. Now, we're good. We're just going to pass right there.
Untap and draw. I will play Island as my land for turn 3. I will cast Narset, Part of Veils.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ew. Gross.
Responses?
I'm gonna have to allow it.
I will just -2 her to 3. I'll get a Ponder. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to, on your end step, I'm going to flash out a Deadeye Navigator.
In response,
And
Flood of Recollection, because my sorceries have flash, and I'm going to return to my hand a counterspell. Cast counterspell.
yeah, you cast Counterspell. That's counted. Also, on your end step, I'm going to pay 1 for Sensei's Top.
Mhm.
And I'm going to pay 1 to top. Put that on top. All right, untap. I take 2 from the One Ring. Oh, wait a minute. I don't get to draw from the One Ring. That's awful. I'm going to cast Become the Pilot. I'm going to steal the bird that I gave you.
You're going to steal the bird. You know what?
steal
I'm
the bird.
okay with you paying a card to take out a token.
Yeah. It's now a 4/4, and it can't be blocked except by you. So that's great. So I've got a bird now, which is going to be represented with this Tybalt. Do that. Let's give it haste. And I'm going to send my 4/4 bird over at your Planeswalker. I'm going to send my 2/2 Muldrifter at you in the air. And I'm going to send Kodama at you for 6 on the ground.
I do have a propaganda.
1, 2, 3, 4 total to send those 2 over at your face for 8, 6 of the commander.
So Narset will die. I will take 8.
Move to second main here. I'm going to
Yeah.
tap the One Ring, putting a 3rd counter on it here. And I will draw 3 cards, because that's pretty sweet. Play a forest, and I will get a trigger and put an island on the battlefield as well with Kodama. I think the smart thing to do here is just to pass the turn.
Untap and draw. I will play a Riptide Laboratory. I will tap 1 and then cast Ponder. So I'll look at the top 3 cards, put them back in any order, or I can shuffle and then draw. I will shuffle and then draw for turn 7. I will attempt a Cyclone Summoner.
Ooh.
When this ETBs, if I casted it from my hand, I return all permanents to their owner's hands except giants, wizards, and lands.
Yeah, in response, I guess, I'm going to pay 1 to flash out a Sensei's Top. Kodama trigger, I'm going to put a forest on the battlefield with that. I'm going to pay 1 to top. Pay 4 Thrasios. Reveal a forest, put it on the battlefield. I will pay 1 and I'll top again. We're just going to say, yeah, you got it. You got it.
Right.
My stuff's all bounced.
So I get my ring back. Thank you.
You get your ring back.
I'll tap an island for a soul ring. Tap the soul ring for an arcane signet. Now move to combat. I'll swing 5 at you.
Yeah, take a 5.
I'll pass.
Draw for turn. Gonna pay 6 for Kodama. Alright, I'm going to pay 2 blue and 2. Cast Leyline of Anticipation. Kodama trigger, I'm going to put a Grafted Identity on the battlefield, which is going to steal your Cyclone Summoner.
There you go.
You control enchanted creature gets +1/+1, so it's an 8/8 now.
It was an 8/8 when an Elio had it, though. Because you
because of Narumea. I forgot. If that's the case, then you should have taken 1 more damage from Gandalf.
Taking 1 more. So I guess, yes, let's just pass.
Okay. At your end step, I'm going to tap 2 and cast Chart the Course. I'm going to draw 2 cards, then I have to discard a card if I did not attack with a creature this turn. So I will go ahead and draw 2, and I will discard a Field of Ruin, which is a land. Untap
Man, I
And
wish I were
draw.
still alive now. People are discarding cards, drawing cards. God damn it.
Right?
I'll play an island as my land for turn. I will cast the One Ring,
Ay, ay, ay.
and then assuming it resolves,
Yeah,
I
it
will
resolves.
draw a card. 3. I'll cast Propaganda, and then I will pass. I will pass there.
All right, on your end step, I'm going to pay a green to put to cast Wild Growth. I'm just going to put it on this forest. My trigger, I'm going to be putting a Delighted Halfling on the board.
Mhm.
I will then pay a green for a Sensei's Top.
I'm gonna respond to
Trigger.
the top. I will negate the top.
Top is negated. 2 for Crashing Drawbridge. When that resolves, I'm going to put my Thrasios on the board.
Crowbars up.
Pay a green to cast Birds of Paradise. So I will just go to untap. I'm going to cast Confiscate. Targeting the One Ring.
The One Ring. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Alright, I got a ring again, but it's tapped. Trigger, I'm going to be putting a Mole Drifter on the battlefield, so I get to draw 2.
Mm-hmm.
Play a Temple of Mastery, tapped as my land for turn. Trigger, putting another land in the battlefield, but I'm going to scry 1. Might as well just pass the turn if I can act at flash speed.
I guess at your
I
end
can't kill
step,
you anyway, so.
I will attempt to cast Into the Royal, not kicked, targeting the Cyclone Summoner.
Pay 4. I'm going to scry with Thrasios. I want that on the bottom. Reveal. It's a land. Temple of the False God comes on the battlefield. Don't have anything I can put on with that. I'm just going to pay 4 more and do it again. Scrying. Put that on the bottom. Revealing. So Rampaging Baloths to my hand. Ha! Boy, I sure love rebuilding. All right, Into the Royal. It resolves. So you've got your thing back.
Yep.
My grafted identity falls off.
Draw. I will recast the Summoner.
Bouncing all my stuff again.
Yeah, it bounces my things too.
I will pay 4 mana and do a Thrasios,
Mm-hmm.
revealing a Consecrated Sphinx.
Ugh.
Very nice. I'll swing 6 at you, please.
Yeah, taking 6. How much of that's the commander?
3.
Thank you.
1 mana for Soul Ring. Tap Soul Ring for a Signet.
Bad
Pass.
penny of a 1 ring. No, you're not dropping the 1 ring there too?
No.
Okay, draw for turn. You got mana, so you're going to be probably countering the Kodama. Make you have it. You got it?
You got it.
Suck brick,
All right.
kid!
4 blue. Cast. I'm going to tick it up a notch. I'm going to pay 1 more. So 5 total. I'm going to be casting Become the Pilot. I'm going to be taking control of your elemental again. Your giant.
In response to that, I'm going to
Yeah,
activate
okay.
Red Tide Laboratory and bounce it to my hand.
Okay, alright. Let's put my Mole Drifter on the battlefield for 5. Kodama trigger, get my ley line. Drawing 2. Play a forest. His land for turn. Pay 1 for a Soul Ring. Putting a Wild Growth on the battlefield with the Kodama trigger. We're just going to pass and accept my fate.
I will draw. Play an island. I will cast the One Ring. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'll tap a blue. And I'll treasure.
Treasure.
Cruise.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing. Yep.
Yeah, I think in response to you casting Treasure Cruise, I'm gonna pay 6. I'm gonna flash out a Rampaging Baloths and Kodama trigger. I'm gonna put a Consecrated Sphinx on the board.
I can't do anything
yeah, go ahead.
about that.
Go ahead and draw 3 though. I love that for you.
Yep, I will draw 3. 1.
I will
2.
draw 6.
I will attempt the Summoner again. Why not?
God. Gross.
It's so good.
Gross.
Move to combat 6 more.
Taking 6.
I'll move to my end step and start discarding 7. I will discard Hadigen, Mocking Sprite, Ask for Toad, Island, and Talrand. Go ahead, Reed.
Draw for turn. I will be attempting to cast
Kodama.
Degenerate once again.
Suck brick, kid!
Assuming that resolves, I do see that Elio is tapped out, so I don't know if
Yeah, go
he's
ahead.
truly safe. But
You know what, Beef? This is the theme here is Elio setting all the booby traps, and Harry and Marv just keep stumbling and stumbling and
yes, I'm just continuing to fall down the stairs. I'm going to cast a Seedborn Muse.
Ew.
Oh.
Oh, that's gonna help.
That's hopefully going to help. Kodama trigger putting a ley line on the board. Pay 1 for a Soul Ring. Trigger Kodama putting a Wild Growth on this forest. 2 for Crashing Drawbridge. Put Thrasios on the board with that.
Marv, crowbars up.
Green for a Birds of Paradise and Blighted Halfling as the trigger. Play a command tower is land for turn. Going to pay 5 Muldrifter to draw me 2 cards, but trigger, I'm going to put a Wandering Archaic on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Draw 2, pass the turn.
Draw. Play an island.
Oh, I untap.
Yes. Has Soul Ring. I'll float a mana and bounce Cyclone Summoner. I will attempt to. The Riptide Laboratory. Cyclone Summoner.
I will pay 4 mana responding to your spell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to rewind that.
Yep.
And actually, I'll float 2 mana before I let that resolve so that I can untap 4 lands, because I don't know why I bothered tapping the Soul Ring.
Alright, go ahead.
And on your end state, I think I'm going to see what we can do here to lock things up a little bit. I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put a Take Possession on the battlefield with
I
a
don't know what
split
that
second.
does.
It says split second, enchant permanent, you control enchanted permanent. So I'm just going to steal Gandalf.
Yeah.
And the trigger, I'm going to put a Consecrated Sphinx on the board. I'm going to pay 6.
For the Baloth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, for the Baloth. Trigger for Kodama is I'm going to put this bounce land on the battlefield.
There it is. There it is.
Okay.
And
So
now
I
you
make
win.
Infinite Beasts, and
Who
I could have done on my turn, but they have haste, so.
Who said
Mhm.
that Simic isn't playing Magic with training wheels?
I said very specifically that it is with training wheels. I've been saying that for years, that
So,
Simic is training wheels magic. Anyone who's not clear on what just happened, Rampaging Baloths has a landfall ability. Whenever a land enters battlefield in your control, you may create a 4/4 green beast creature token. So, creates the token, which has a 0 or null mana value. Kodama sees that and says, you can put another permanent of the same value. Well, the Simic Growth Chamber that I entered has a return a land clause, so I just bounce it to it my hand, and I get infinite land BTBs. So
Yep.
infinite landfalls. I've got infinite 4/4s that I would swing out.
And something to clarify,
finish
the
off Elio.
landfall trigger happens at the same time as the bounce trigger, so you can order those to have the Baloths resolve first for their landfall, and then resolve the bounce. And
Thank you.
repeat,
Yes.
rinse and repeat. Yep. So
Correct. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
it's yeah.
It's degenerate. It's disgusting. It's Simic. Thanks so much for joining the stream, guys. Thanks to anybody who tuned in at any point or is watching this after the fact in a little edited form. Appreciate you checking out the stream, and hope you'll be back for more in the future.
More to come for sure. All right. Peace out.
Good night.
Peace.
Bye.
Night, guys.